now, if you've not got it. Painted Ruin.
I'll have a bang on that.
This is Russell Howard is with us. The Russell Howard Hour starts on Sky One on the 21st. There's a sort of slightly disappointing outcome to the Adrian Dog Challenge.
Yeah.
Bob says, I used to work with a guy who owned two dogs, a whippet called Anne and a pug called Martin.
That's nice.
My daughter's ex-next door neighbour had a Labrador called Nigel, says Bernie Rudder.
Okay.
Joe in Forest Gate has a cat called Alan. My friend has a Labrador called Janice, says Nicola in Shipley. My friend Sandy has a cat called Colin, says Graham in Wimbledon. I passed a lady in the park yesterday who had a large dog called Colin, says Wasp Box.
This is generally what we should do at the end of the news. Like, the news is so awful at the minute. It should be, and now 5 minutes, where people just come on with their dog and go, this one's called Tim. It would just cheers you up. Why is it that a dog with a really ordinary human name is so uplifting?
Yeah, I know. Dominic Hunt says, I know a dog called Derek. Dawn in Hull says, my friend has a dog called Rutherford, named after Margaret Rutherford.
Lovely.
Tim from Nottingham says, that's spooky. When naming my cat, it was a toss-up between Adrian and King Theobald II. We went for the latter. Mike Hamling said, I once sat in a pub garden next to a table of huge hairy builders who had a tiny French bulldog puppy called Ian with them. But we haven't. But at the last minute, Russell, get this. Jenny Primrose has been on, which is a fine name. And, oh, my goodness, hang on a minute. You're going to have to give away 4 tickets if you can.
I can do that.
It says, Jenny Primrose says, meet Margaret, my dog, who was 10 this year. Margaret looks like a chihuahua in a flower pot or something. I'll have to send you the photos. We were up at 6:30 this morning to go on the dog walk. And Emily and Greg in Macclesfield said, we have a dog called Margaret, Black Staffordshire Bull Terrier called Moo for short.
Well, you're in. Well, perfect. Well, I'll tell you what.
So we got two You did say it was an Adrian challenge, and I added Margaret to the equation.
But a staffy called Margaret is, that's top drawer, isn't it? That is cherry on top of the sundae. So yeah, if you
right, we'll keep these details.
Yeah, and then send them to my people. I've never said that out loud. But yeah, tell my people.
Right, that they've got to do videos of their dogs responding to the name Margaret.
They can have the tickets. It's fine. Right. I need to fill the place. Christ. But don't bring the dog. I can't deal with being heckled.
Which show are you talking about? Is the recording?
Yeah, it was the recording of the TV show. So yeah, it's in London.
Yeah,
if they can get down to London,
of course,
there'll be 2 tickets with the word Margaret on them.
Right, I'll give those back to Lizzie. Then we'll get the with writing this. Obviously, the turnaround is quick. Do you sort of have a writer's room where you rush in and say, "Quick, Theresa May's had a Mohican. Jokes, please."
Yes, yeah. Which basically it's like a sort of a comedic version of the A-Team.
Yeah,
you remember they used to sort of leave him in the room and then he'd come bursting out. We're like that. So I write it with 3 of my mates, and we just sit in the room, kind of trying to make each other laugh. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's really good fun. So
are they genuinely your mates?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, long time friends.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, I think I've known them for like 10 years.
Yeah,
like my friend John Robbins, I've known. He used to live with me in a flat in.
Sounded
in
like
Bristol.
you made that name up.
No,
said,
no,
you know,
he's a
my
real
friend
person.
John
Robbins. No, but I've known him for years.
Yeah.
And Steve Williams is a good friend of mine, and Dan Atkinson, and all good guys.
I mean, the sort of connections from the past has become a bit of a feature, haven't you? Have you any plans to work again with your mum or your sister?
I'm going to work with my mum again. We're doing another travel show.
Are you? Where are you going?
We're going to Asia, and then we're going to Northern Europe.
Right.
Because they asked for another series, and also what I would say, if you're going to do a travel show with your mum, it does have definite impacts on your mum's relationship with your dad, because mum can't sit in and watch telly anymore because she's travelled all across America and had sort of a glimpse of the glamour of showbiz.
Right.
And now she's a husk of a lady, just desperate to get out on that mighty road. Yeah, do you know what I mean? So it's.
And is your dad not feeling left out? Is he not the kind of guy who would want to say, well, why can't it be me this time?
Your dad's not a chatter.
No.
Like, he's very serious, my dad.
Is
and it? Yeah, very. We look exactly the same. So if it was me and Dad, it'd just be 2 blokes in a car, not talking. It's like the exact, that Jerry Seinfeld, comedians in cars, having coffee. It'd just be me and my dad. Do you know what I mean? I can ramble till the cows come home with my mum, but Dad, not a chatter, doesn't do small talk. Although occasionally he rang me up the other day, and he just went. He's on holiday in Spain. He's like, son, I had a dream last night. You did a load of drugs and it didn't work out. don't do drugs, boy. Anyway, I've got to go. See ya. So I'm getting attacked for what I've done in my dad's dreams.
Right. Well, it's cautionary. He's looking out for you. Talking of travels, how was China? What was it like
great.
performing in China?
It was terrific. They had to check. The government were checking what I was going to say beforehand with a hand in the script.
You did it in English, presumably?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did they have live subtitles while you're doing it in the hall?
No. It was just they weirdly, this guy basically put Good News on. So Good News is kind of this like little cult hit in China. So yeah, there was just there was 1,000 people in a room listening to me do stand up, and I kind of changed it, and the government were fine, and it was all fine. It was very weird, very odd experience. But
were they very
joyous.
polite? Did they laugh loudly, or did they sort of?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah?
The only place I travelled that was odd, the only one I couldn't figure out was Holland. That was the only gig out of the whole tour where I was like, is this going badly? It feels like they kind of weren't laughing. They were like, that's humorous. Here are my teeth. and you kind of think, I've seen a lot of teeth. I'm not sure. And then at the end, they kind of stood up and they gave us a standing ovation. They were like, more. And you're like, well, I've just done an hour and a half and you weren't really into that.
Right.
So it felt like they were just admiring the effort.
But it did go well. It's just the way they react.
Yeah, but that was the only place that I had an odd incident. Like, also, I was in it's the first time I've been to Amsterdam, and I was in this little coffee shop, and I was stroking this dog, and I was going, good boy, and then I struck me that he doesn't know English, so for some reason I went full Steve McLaren, and I was stroking this dog, and gush boy, yes, and trying to do this weird, do you like a walking? He likes a walking, all this. And I was getting really into it, and then after about 5 minutes, this very polite lady went, "Can I have my dog back?"
Right.
And I realised that I'd sort of accosted her hound.
Good stuff. Are you doing a stand-up thing for Netflix as well, I think, aren't
Yes.
you? Recording something. Is that just a one-off special?
Yeah. So it was a recording of the tour that I've just done.
Yeah.
Comes out in November, I think.
Right, okay. Yeah, good stuff.
All stuff, man.
And are you still are you happy with the transfer window with Oxlade-Chamberlain going to Liverpool? Not underwhelmed?
Yeah. But Salah's doing well. Who do you support?
I support Manchester City.
There you go.
Although, I feel strangely detached from it with the money involved these days.
It is weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't. But as long as there's Reds in this town, there'll be Blues, and I'll be
Yes.
one of them. But, I do feel like it's become a thing I'm watching from further away. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It feels like there should be one of us playing. Do you know what I mean? That should
You played, didn't you? You played for Basingstoke.
Yeah, is that glamour? But I'm talking about a proper pie muncher, a proper there every Saturday watching the game.
Not just a fan on the board, a fan in the team.
Yes, exactly.
It's a great idea.
10 superstars and one delighted liability. And that's how you bring passion back. Can you imagine the joy if Sergio Aguero passed to some bloke called Alan, and he's just wobbling and shaking, and his guts wriggling, and his neck's going, and he launches it and scores? Can you imagine how happy everyone would be?
That would be great.
That's the way we revolutionise football. We start putting ordinary people in, and we make Aguero do his job for a week.
It's a great idea.
Aguero has to deliver stuff for Amazon, and he plays up front for Man City.
Right. Well, I'd like to think that Serge would do that.
I think he would.
He seems to be one. There are people who might not, but you think Serge is one of the
Aguero's
good guys,
got that.
he seems. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks like he finishes his meal and puts it straight in the dishwasher.
He does.
Do you know what I mean? He looks a good guy.
Yeah, we like Serge. He's one of ours. And he was cheap because he was only 35 million. That was before football got expensive.
Can you imagine how much he'd be now?
I know, crazy. All right, great talking to you.
And you,
we look forward to the Russell Howard Hour. As I say, starts on Sky One on the 21st and runs for 14 weeks. Thanks a lot, Russell.
Take care, buddy.
Cheers.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.
Bye.